What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 69 of the Sorta Interesting podcast. I am your host. My name is Christian Patton, with my co-host, as always, the Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour. He's funky like a monkey, everybody. The crowd favorite, Miles David Darling, the medical doctor. Miles, how you doing?
Doing great. You know, this is a milestone here.
A milestone. Wow.
This is a me stone.
Cancel the podcast, everybody. Episode number 69. It's over after this, by the way. We're done. This is the last one ever.
We got
just
to look forward to. The next one is the 420.
Oh my God, 420. That's gonna be a long, long way. But anyways, first of all, go Lakers, right? Lakers just won the championship. Fuck yeah. Another thing, I don't know why I wrote this. I must have been like right after this game. I said, I hope Dak gets well. Poor guy, Dak Prescott just fucking shattered his goddamn ankle. Just one of the worst injuries ever, man. But
I could care less.
I can't see it, but oh yeah, it's cut off from the camera. Don't worry about it. Welcome back to Monster Month, everybody. For the month of October, we are reviewing monster movies every week in concurrence with the Ocean series as well. So last week we reviewed Ocean's 12. Today we are reviewing The Mummy Returns, everybody. Thank you for coming out tonight. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us.
But you're here with us.
And I appreciate that. Miles, what? Oh, that's from a Jay-Z song. That's H to the is O. Is A. Miles, if people who are watching us on YouTube for the first time ever are wondering where they could find our podcast, please tell them where they could find it.
Well, if you're watching us for the first time, where the fuck have you been?
Well, we just got on YouTube. All right, take it easy. Take it easy. Yeah. Not their fault, okay?
All right. Well, we got two other podcasts here on YouTube. SortaInteresting.com. That's where you can find this podcast and the ones that, and our entire back catalog of all series, movies that we've watched.
68 episodes. My goodness.
68 episodes.
It's been a long journey, Miles. That's a lot of content that we made. Jesus Christ.
It is. It's a lot of hours of content. Yeah. So I mean, go SortaInteresting.com. That's where you can find all of that content that we just talked about, and we're available anywhere that podcasts are available. So the podcast app for iOS, Google Play Store, the other stuff,
Spotify. We're on Spotify.
And then another one. There's SoundCloud.
The Google. You already said that. SoundCloud. Yeah, there you go. Also, I gotta mention, as always, Patreon.com/sortainteresting. Where you could just donate at the $1 level, people. If you donate money, we could continue to make more content for you, create new content. But I also have to say this, as always, if you do not at least give us $1, I will tie you to a chair. And I will force you to listen to Kesha all day and night. And not the good Kesha, not the like...
what's the good Kesha? Watch it from the side.
Not the Timber song. I'm going to make you listen to the Wake Up in the Morning Feeling Like P. Diddy song.
But you have to watch her play it from the side the entire time.
Oh my God. I'll make you do that. But I will also send Miles Darling to your houses, and he will put a Vaseline on all of your doorknobs. So good luck trying to get out. So there it is. If you do not at least give $1, you watching, to you listening, I'm watching you. Miles, let's get into it. Some production details here. Release date May 4th, 2001, day before Miles' birthday. How old were you in 2001? You were 1993.
7. Wait, what day? Wait, what month was it?
You were 9 years old. No.
Yeah.
2001.
No. I was 8.
No, you're 8. 8 years old in 2001. Was number 7 highest grossing movie of the year, right behind Pearl Harbor and right above Jurassic Park 3, which... I will not hear the name ever of Jurassic Park 3 ever again. God damn that movie. Writer-director Steven Sommers, as always. Budget $98 million. Box office a whopping $435 million, Miles. What a great job they did there. Runtime 2 hours, 20 minutes. I'm going to say it felt a little long, this one. First one didn't feel as long. I feel like there was no fat on the first one. This one there was plenty of fat that we could talk about that I just wasn't into. Some of it, most of it I was into, some of it not into. We'll talk about that in a bit here. But Miles, what were your initial thoughts of The Mummy Returns?
I mean, I remember this movie just like I do the first one, so coming into it I knew what to expect. If you remember, you had a really hot take 2
I
weeks
know.
ago.
God damn, I wasn't even thinking. That just came out of my mouth like fucking diarrhea. I was like, oh
I've
my
been
god,
thinking
why?
about that ever since we've stopped filming that.
I
last
feel like I
podcast.
should apologize for that. I am sorry. That was such a
So that's been in here the
ill-witted
entire
thing to
time.
say. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Just don't let it happen again. But with that said, it's still a good movie.
Oh
It's
yeah,
still a
of
great
course,
movie.
of course. It's one of it's a classic, of course, with the first one.
Not better than the first one.
No,
Let's
absolutely.
start that off right
No,
there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm with you.
We do get the introduction to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
The Rock Dwayne Johnson. Excuse you.
The Rock Dwayne.
Uh,
Yeah.
Okay.
One of those.
Yeah.
Anyways, he he makes his I don't know.
Feature
It's
film
good.
debut. Yeah,
It's
for The
great.
Rock. Yeah.
It's good. It's not great.
Well, I mean, that's you're being generous with The Rock there. My God. But I mean, we're this old here. I still remember The Rock leaving wrestling for a bit to do this movie.
Well, I know that was like the
yeah.
big. That's like a big thing because this was like nobody from wrestling.
Yeah,
has
this is
ever-
the first wrestler. I mean, Hulk Hogan did like a couple movies. He did like the Three Ninjas movie. You know, he did Rocky. He was in Rocky as well.
Oh, that's right.
But this this put him into stardom. Really, I mean, I remember him leaving wrestling, and then I was devastated when he left because this is when we lost him as a wrestler. I was like, he went from this movie straight to Scorpion King, and he was just officially a Hollywood actor now. And I was like, damn, he's gone. That's my favorite. That was always my favorite wrestler of all time. But in retrospect, now that we're older, it made his comebacks to wrestling like that much more hype. You know what I'm saying? When I remember when he would come back to like Raw or SmackDown, I would be fucking like almost in tears. I'd be like, oh shit, the great one is gracing us with his presence over here. But yeah,
I'm sorry. Hold on.
I'm
having
like
a rave
like
here
a
right now.
horror movie over there.
Oh, it's offline. Turn it off.
That's okay. It doesn't matter. I hope epileptic seizure warning to anybody watching.
That's part of Monster Month. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen this movie nearly as many times as the first one, but I still think it kicks just as much ass, if not more ass, like more in a literal sense. Like the action and the fighting scenes in this whole movie were way better than anything we saw in the first movie. I mean, we'll definitely get into that. It was so fucking cool, those action scenes. But overall, the story was okay. I don't think it was bad at all. But the last fight is still one of the coolest things I've ever seen, despite the terrible CGI of The Rock and those little like dog creature things, which might be some of the worst CGI I've ever seen in my life, with The Rock as the Scorpion King. Jesus Christ. But yeah, we'll definitely get into that. Miles is going to be doing the plot rundown for us again.
Yeah,
and I'll be taking.
I did
care
do
of
it
next
last week. I know we'd be doing back and forth, but I wanted to switch it up because I did all the oceans
Give you
so
a chance,
far.
yeah.
And then you've done the Mummy.
Yeah.
No, I want you.
We got plenty more monster movies coming up too, so that's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Also, Christian needs. I mean, just for next week, just a preview for next week.
Oh, next
Ocean's
week.
13.
Yeah, next week will be Ocean's 13. And that's gonna be that's gonna be the end of the Ocean series, and then after that, for the month of November, we're actually be carrying on with the Monster series as well. Let me pull up the. Remember the schedule? I can't remember. I think we still got Van Helsing. We got fucking Pacific Rim, ladies and gentlemen, which I'm very excited about. And then I think we have. It's after Pacific Rim. I think I either put like Godzilla or League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I left it up to you, whichever one you wanted to do. But
did you guys know that November 14th is Diwali?
Oh, come celebrate Diwali, yeah.
Just wanted you to know that.
Hold on. Yeah, let me pull up this schedule because I can't remember what's after Pacific Rim.
Yeah, why are my schedules not syncing up? Why can't this Google is not syncing with on my phone?
1 second, everybody. Give me 1 second. This Google's taking forever.
Okay. Google Calendar, right here. Okay.
Okay, yeah, what do we got?
Pacific Rim. Then after that we have Godzilla.
Oh yeah, or a
question mark?
Yeah, I put Godzilla or League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, whichever one you want.
This is Godzilla. This is
what's his name? Matthew Broderick. Godzilla.
I was gonna say
classic.
Brendan Broderick.
Oh shit, dude! I forgot. After Pacific Rim, Reign of Fire. Everybody, what a fucking underrated gem that
Oh,
was.
that's right.
Miles, have you ever seen
I don't think I've
Reign
ever
of
seen
Fire?
Rain of
Oh my
Fire, but
god,
I
dude!
see that
Let me just
here.
drop who the stars are of that movie. You ready? We got Matthew McConaughey. We got Christian Bale. We got Gerard Butler. All three of them fucking fighting dragons. What else do you want?
Oh, wait a minute.
Fucking monster movies,
Wait a
everybody.
minute. I have seen some of it.
Well, you're in for a
Not all
fucking
of
treat,
it.
because I remember watching this shit in the movie theater with my dad, and I was like, Dad, I'm a massive Matthew McConaughey fan now, okay? You can't tell me any different. I fucking love this man. But yeah, I'm very excited for that. Haven't seen that in a long time. One of my favorites. Very underrated gem. And then after that, for the month of December, yeah, we're going to be taking a break during Thanksgiving week there. And then month of December, starting December 4th, be starting Christmas movies for the whole month of December. We're very excited about that. We could always go over this, but I got Christmas with the Cranks going. I got Bad Santa. I got Home Alone. And least but not, wait, what was it? Last but not least, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, right before Christmas, everybody. That's going to be a fucking gem for us to do. Miles and I fucking love that movie. God damn, man. I can't wait. This whole schedule is going to be great. But today, we are doing Mummy Returns, initial impressions of Mummy Returns, Miles.
Oh, I already went through mine.
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah. We're going plot rundown. Sorry.
Your turn.
I already said, yeah. But
oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, it's good, not great. Not as good as the first one. All right, let's get into it. The Mummy Returns. We open with Ardith narrating our opening scene where we learn about the Scorpion King, played by The Rock.
La Roca. What a great name, by the way. The Scorpion King. What a fucking cool name.
What a good... Yeah, by the way, them bringing back Ardith.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for a bigger role in this, for not just like the back half of the movie. Fantastic. Yeah,
they really like...
it's all fan service. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
for sure, fan service. He did a great job. His voice too, narrating. It's just
the best.
Face tats, young Ardith
with his fucking hair all. He's like in a Head and Shoulders commercial the whole time. He's like Troy Polamalu in that fucking Head and Shoulders, man. He's so fucking cool.
He's just a good-looking guy.
Oh yeah.
No wonder why Somers kept him. We're gonna learn about the Scorpion King. He had an army to fight the Sumerians. He had an army of about 5,000 fighting 7,000 Sumerians or something like that. Yeah,
it's all like, who cares? It's all just up in the air. There's a battle.
There's a big battle. After a 7-year-long campaign, they were defeated. Him and his survivors, him being the Scorpion King, wandered the desert until they all died except for the Scorpion King. And when he was about to die, wandering the desert, he made a pact with the god Anubis to spare his life.
Dude, Ardith's voice. He made a deal with the god to spare his life. I was like, dude, this guy, he could just narrate fucking just like nature documentaries for me. I fucking love it, dude. His voice is so good. To spare his life.
He said he made a pact with the god Anubis to spare his life and use his army to defeat his enemies, and in return, he will give him his soul. And then we get a little sequence where the Rock bites a scorpion that comes out of the sand, and then an oasis pops up out of nowhere.
Dude, his fucking arms when he did the fucking
oh, dude, that
from behind, right, dude, his fucking biceps. I was like, Jesus Christ. Thank God though they didn't give him more lines, because whatever lines we had of him, it's rough. It's first acting movie he's ever been in. It's really rough. And he's not even speaking English. He's speaking ancient Egyptian. Good luck. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
This one that I had subtitles. Thank God this time.
Yeah.
So the Oasis of Amshir, which is very important for this movie. And he is granted life. I don't know. Yeah. So
yeah, he's just granted a second chance at life, pretty much.
Second chance.
But his soul is pretty much held hostage.
Mm-hmm. He uses Anubis's army to invade Thebes and destroy his enemies, the ones who he was unable to beat.
With the worst fucking CGI dog creature things I've ever seen. Easily the worst part about this whole movie was those creature things. Just get them out of here. Horrible CG, and they all look the same.
Yeah, they do all look. They do. If they were done right, they would be so
Yeah.
badass. Like if they looked better.
2001,
I'm sure
though.
at the
You know, what are you gonna
yeah.
do? What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
It's
What are
the
you gonna do?
time.
I think they spent all their money on location and
The Rock.
stunts.
The Rock's
The
diet.
Rock and fixing Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
God.
Shampoo for Ardith.
Head and
Head and
shoulders.
shoulders. It's the gallon of Head and Shoulders for him.
So he uses Anubis' army to invade Thebes, killing all his enemies. Something, something. The bracelet of Anubis is gone. I didn't really.
Yeah, he
How
he
he
killed the
just-
last guy, and then his soul got sucked out, and then the bracelet came off, and he does the when you nut, but she keeps sucking. He's like, yeah, that was pretty much The Rock.
So that was in like 3100 BC or something like that. Fast forward to present day Thebes, which then is 1933 or 35.
I think it was
can't remember
33.
which one.
Yeah.
33. We see Rick, present day Thebes, doing some tomb raiding.
Ah,
At the same spot.
Yeah, this opening scene is fucking
Yeah.
badass. Just everything I wanted to be as a kid. He again with the outfit looks even cooler somehow. I think it's the same outfit. But he's got like the torch and the gun and shit, and he's like looking around the corners. I'm like, yo, fucking, let's go,
Say
dude.
yeah.
Let's fucking go, guys. LFG in the fucking chats, boys.
So we meet Alex, who is Evelyn and Rick's love child. And for some reason, I don't understand this part, but Alex has a British accent.
Yeah, well, they live in
So-
in England, so he probably goes to
Oh.
school out there. Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. I hate it.
I hate the
Hate
kid.
Alex.
I just don't
I
like
hate
the kid. I never was a big fan, but then again, when are kid actors like ever good? You know, very few in between. Maybe Macaulay Culkin. That's it. Who else? You know, there's no really good kid actors out there that you actually
Dakota
like.
Fanning was pretty good.
She was good.
guess.
She's kind of annoying too, but you
Yeah.
know,
But I mean, they're good.
no,
I mean, she's okay.
very few of them are good.
Anyways, Dylan and Cole Sprouse, come on. Okay. Anyways, they find the. All right, so they find the bracelet of Anubis in a chest, which is not to be disturbed, but of course they disturb it, and the temple or tomb or whatever begins to crumble. They escape.
Well, you miss a key part here. Alex goes up to O'Connell and he finds his tattoo on his, on his
that's
wrist.
right.
He's like, I
That's right.
saw it like on the wall. It's the same tattoo. I just want to make a quick note about that tattoo. I need to
Forgot
get
about
that
that
tattoo. I'm gonna get it one day.
You're gonna
I vow to get it, especially
On that
when you,
spot?
yeah, that same exact spot and everything. Especially when we get the backstory of it later, which I'll go over the tattoo again later. But yeah, I just like
Backstory, you got to get in your back door. Come on.
tramp step with that tattoo.
Sure, it's guarding my butthole. Yeah, so like you said, before all that, Alex goes up and he's telling his dad, yeah, the tattoo that you got that we didn't see in the first movie, so they must have just
Yeah,
added
right.
this in.
Well, he was wearing that like cool bracelet thing the whole time. So what do you
Yeah,
mean?
it was. It's like, you know what I don't understand? Like, do you know those watches where they got like that whole leather band going on?
Yeah.
I think that looks ridiculous.
I think so too. Yeah.
Anyways,
Unless you're a fucking Tomb Raider, you know, then it's
unless
pretty
you're Brendan Fraser,
cool. Yeah.
honestly.
Unless you're doing some like real shit, then yeah.
RNS. Okay.
HNIC doing RNS. You know what I'm saying?
Don't repeat that.
Go ahead and Google those things if you don't know what they are.
Yeah.
We can't say them, but
Not allowed to. All right, so get that. They escape. The next scene, we're introduced yet again to Mrs. What's her name? Something Velasquez. I forgot her first name.
Patricia Velasquez.
Patricia
yeah.
Velasquez, aka Anak in the first movie. But this
Anak.
time, she plays Mila in present day Egypt.
Yeah,
And-
I don't know what I always been like confused about this because it's like her body, but I think they resurrected her body, but not her soul yet. Like I think that's why they brought Emotep back so we could bring back her soul. I
Is
think
that
it's-
what it was? Or
Yeah, because
was
she
it-
looks exactly like her, so I think it's just her body has been resurrected somehow. Because they have the Book of the Dead and the Book of the Living,
Yeah,
so
but, oh, that's true. Yeah, but
Yeah.
whose soul did they put in there?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, how does she know how to speak English and shit? Like, she would be like a fucking infant in that body. Like, she wouldn't know what to do. But yeah, you just gotta forget everything you know. You know.
So it's her and these Red Riding Hood dudes. I call them the Bloods. They have, well, I don't know. Is there a real name for them? Except for that
No,
one
they never
guy,
really brought it
Raka?
up. But oh my god, dude. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. But
Yeah.
I do like the fact that they brought more bad guys in, like just like soldiers that people for Brendan Fraser to fuck up and shoot.
I
and
don't
shit.
know. What is thy bidding, my master?
Yeah.
So these the Bloods and her, they have both the Book of the Dead and the Living. So the
Dude.
Black Book and the White Book from the beginning.
Right,
which
like you said, Lokna, the fucking dope ass villain in this. His first lines in this, he said, "The Book of the Dead gives life, and the Book of the Living takes life away." And then he says,
"That's what she said."
Yeah, she said that, and then he said, "I thought that was my job," and I was like, "Oh shit, dude, let's fucking go." That's such a dope ass line. I fucking love that. Yeah, I was like, that is my job right there. I take the lives. Okay, we don't need this book.
So we're at so it's them and an excavation team. They're searching for something in Hamunaptra, which is the city of the dead. And it turns out they're looking for, and they actually dig up Imhotep, but he's encased in like, it looked like amber or something.
Yeah, it looked like Jurassic Park.
Yeah. I was waiting for that little like graphic that comes, we inject the
DNA.
Man, no. Turns out they're looking for him. They find him, but they need the bracelet for some reason. We don't know why. The bracelet that the O'Connells,
the bracelet of Anubis.
Bracelet of Anubis, the one that they got from the
temple. We
temple.
also missed the introduction of like the those other dudes who were trying to find the bracelet, the English dudes.
I didn't include those guys because
I mean they're very small part, but they're like pretty much the O'Connell's competition. They're working for the bad guys trying to find the bracelet pretty much.
Yeah, there's 3 guys, and then they were in the temple when it was crumbling when they got the bracelet.
Caught the rock midair. I was like, yo, that's fucking dope.
Yeah,
that's
dope.
Never not cool.
I kind of let them out. I could trim that. I trimmed that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, that's it is some fat.
Yeah.
You don't really need to know more about them. They're just working for the bad guys. That's it.
Yep. Turns out they're looking for and actually dig up Imhotep. They need the bracelet for some reason. We don't know yet. Rick and Evie. After they dig him up, we cut to Rick and Evie. They're at their lavish mansion.
Yeah.
Where this place is massive.
Yeah.
They show it from the outside.
It's like a castle.
Yeah, it's a castle. And then as they're talking and making out,
but I don't need any of this love story bullshit. By the way, right when they start kissing, I'm like, I already know you're in love. Okay, I got it. You guys got a kid already. I already know. We had a whole back half of the last movie where you guys were kissing and shit. I don't need any more of that.
We see 2 cars pull up, and one of them has Lochna in it, so we know it's the Bloods. They've shown up. Then we get Alex opening the box containing the bracelet of Anubis because he just can't stay away. The little shit puts the bracelet on, and he starts seeing some visions that goes through the desert, pyramids that only he can see, by the way, and then it ends up at Karnak, which is like some temple.
There's so many names going on. Like I didn't write down any of them, but good luck.
That's okay. I got it. The little shit puts the damn bracelet on. I see some shit. Then we get reintroduced to Jonathan, who is mistaken for Jack.
No, Rick.
See, there it is. He's mistaken for Rick. Why did I
got you?
And he's holding a dope ass scepter, which is
looks like a trophy.
It's the scepter of Osiris, and that will be very important later. And he's got a dime piece on his arm.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, so he gets mistaken for Rick, and he is interrogated by the Bloods for information on the bracelet whereabouts, and by them and the curator. I just call him the curator. I don't even know his fucking name, but he's got a name that the little kid said, but I don't care. You're just the fucking curator. This guy is he's the curator for the British Museum, and he's like the guy leading.
Yeah, he's the one trying to resurrect
Riding Hoods.
Resurrect the motherfucker.
Yeah.
guy. What's his name? Emotep.
Mm-hmm. So Jack's, or they're about to kill Jonathan.
Jonathan, yeah.
And we get this just awesome,
dude. We
awesome
get the first
scene.
of these badass action scenes. We just got to take a minute for this play-by-play here.
We got Ardith who makes his introduction with a bloody good fight in action.
He just says, "I think not," and then the fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin glass breaking in the background, and then fucking Lokna and Ardith just running into each other and saying each other's names. He's like, Ardith Bay. Just looks at him and says, Lokna. I was like, let's fucking go, dude. I'm ready to fight.
Bro, that scene. Okay, so when God, dude, I keep wanting to say Jack. When Rick walks into the room and Jonathan is about to be killed by a snake or some shit,
and the guy throws
he's
a
just
snake
like, hello?
at him.
He throws a snake at him. He grabs it, throws it back at the guy, and then the guy, the Indian dude, who apparently is like a important character because he keeps showing up. He throws a knife at Jack and he catches it.
Dude, he catches it mid-air and then fucking throws it right back. I'm like, let's fucking go, guys. This whole scene is let's fucking go. This whole badass fucking action scene. It's so good.
That was like my favorite scene. Like that part right there.
Oh, yeah.
That like part where he just throws a knife, catches it, throws it back,
Who
kills the
catches
guy.
a knife mid-air? It was like way back here too. And
Yeah.
he like caught it and then
It was awesome.
and then the sword fighting as
the
well.
Fight ensues there. Wait, what? Oh yeah.
And then Lokna fucking takes off his robe. And you can see how fucking shredded he is. I'm like, dude. And he hands Ardith his fucking ass.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's some part like natural. Just
yeah.
You know, I couldn't even try. So they had guns the whole time, but they didn't use them.
Yeah.
Until the
what's
end,
the point of sword fighting?
Kind of retarded, but it was cool. I liked the fighting. Everybody got in on some action. Even Evelyn, she did some cartwheel kicks.
Yeah, she was fighting with a sword too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. At the end of it, the chest is taken, but we both know that, or we all know that the little shit has the bracelet on him. So the chest that they think contains the bracelet, they took that. But they also took oh no, wait.
They took Evelyn as well.
Oh yeah, they took Evelyn as well. Oh yeah, her name is Evie.
Yeah, Evie. Yeah, and then Rick and Jonathan jumping through that window with the fucking people shooting at him with the score going on in the background. I'm like, yo, this is straight out of Temple of Doom. In the beginning of Temple of Doom, it's so fucking good, dude. I love all that shit.
They believe the chest has a bracelet, but Alex actually has it on his wrist. We find out that the leader of the Bloods is the curator of the British Museum. There it is. I put that in there for sure. All right. Now that the bracelet is activated, they have only 7 days till the Scorpion King is resurrected. And whosoever kills the Rock or the Scorpion King gets insurmountable power.
It's the army of Anubis as well. Yeah.
Yeah. They also get like the pincers. They get the army of Anubis, which is those undead like dog human creatures.
Terrible CGI. Yeah.
The Bloods are trying to bring Imhotep back because he's the only thing that can kill the Scorpion King, or they believe is the only thing that can kill the Scorpion King.
It is the year of the Scorpion, also, by the way. Yeah,
it is the year of the Scorpion. Yada yada yada. Ardith prefers the Thompson.
Oh my god, here we go again, and with the arsenal of guns in his trunk, and then Ardith being like, I prefer the Thompson, my man.
And this is where Ardith drops some knowledge on Rick. He's
here we go. This is why I want the fucking tattoo, by the way. This one
right the tattoo right here, and he says, hey, what if I told you? Oh, yeah, right here. He said, what if I told you that I am a Magi of the East? Or like
he said, I'm a stranger traveling from the East, seeking that which is lost. And then Brendan Fraser's like, then I would respond that I'm a stranger from the West. It is I who you seek. And he's like, how the fuck do you... And then Ardith says, then it is true. You have the sacred mark. The mark means you're a protector of man, a warrior for God, a Magi. And then Brendan Fraser's like, sorry, you got the wrong guy. And then the fucking lightning in the background, I'm like, yo, and he fucking cocks the shotgun. I'm like, let's fucking go, dude. This is like one of my favorite moments of this whole fucking thing. I mean, it's useless. This whole thing is like, it doesn't really mean anything like when you get to the end of the movie, but it's just like, it's just cool, like the way they talk to each other. It's like, it's all like prophecy and shit. I'm like, I'm into it, man.
And they mention it again before the end of the movie, but
yeah,
it's a really good like plot piece that they put.
It's like world building.
Yeah, it's
and just
great.
Another reason why I need the tattoo, just in the off chance, if I get that tattoo and I'm like in the store reaching for like an avocado or something, and someone sees the tattoo and they're like, God, if it's,
what if I told you,
dude, if it's a hot chick and we're getting married, if it's like a hot chick and then she's like, well, what if I told you I'm a stranger from the east? I'm like, it's I who you fucking seek. You see this right here? It is I who you seek. I'm gonna have to, in the off chance, I gotta get that tattoo. You never know, it might happen. In the off chance that someone has seen this movie as many times as I have and knows exactly that line, you know, it might happen. Who knows?
I don't know. You might have to marry a guy if they do that too. I would.
That's probably gonna happen. Yeah, some sweaty kid is gonna come up to me and be like, "That's the Mommy Returns tattoo." I'll be like, "I'm getting it removed. I'm sorry." I can't. I'm sorry.
I cannot do it. So Rick is a supposed Magi, and we know that Ardith is a Magi, and he
Warrior for
basically
God.
leads like a Magi army. Anyways, so that's pretty important. We're at the British Museum now, where a ceremony is taking place. It looks like Evie is about to be sacrificed because she's being held up on like a board or whatever with her hands tied and her feet tied. While the curator is saying shit to bring Imhotep back, he's just like spewing words because apparently all you need are words now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you gotta find someone who could actually read the words too. So, and that poor guy who has to hold the book for him, just like on the back of his neck. I'm like, you can't get a table for this. You gotta use a man to hold the book.
You can't just like do this, just hold it next to him. Instead, you gotta.
That poor guy using his neck as a table.
Yeah, so we get like that amber thing they pulled out of the ground, and it cracks open.
Dino DNA, mummy DNA.
Yeah, we get Imhotep. He's back, and he looks like he did before when they brought him back, where he was all like, it looks worse though.
It does look a little worse.
Better in the first one.
I agree. Yeah, I think because of the first one, it was. I think the first one was a lot darker, and then this one, like he was always in the shadows in the first one. Now it's like it's pretty like bright. There's fire and shit, and all the lights are on. So yeah, it does look worse though. I agree.
Well, anyways, he's back, people. Imhotep is back. Arnold Vosloo. He gets a hard on from Mila because she's looking like a knock. He's like doing like the hover hand.
Oh yeah.
The shit. I do the hover hand all the time. Come on, touch her.
A knock.
And they're like, "Hey, we brought you a gift. We got the bracelet."
A knock was like, "Hey, I brought you that bitch who killed you in the last movie."
That one. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Oops, there's no bracelet in the chest. Haha, they played the old switcheroo, I guess, unintentionally. So Alex got that thing.
Fucking what's his name? Lokna, with no shirt on this time, and he's like this. He's got his fucking arms like, and his fucking shit is shredded as fuck, dude. He's just like, oh.
He said, "We get it, cut." He's like, "God."
Yeah, the curator's like, "What the fuck is this?" He's like, pulls out a trophy, and then Lokna's like, "I think I know."
It was like a baseball trophy.
Yeah.
It looked cool. We get Rick and Ardith coming to the rescue as Evie's about to be.
Dude, another let's fucking go scene.
Yeah. Dude, when Rick jumps
tell him, Miles. Tell him.
Like
oh my god.
Superhero.
Fucking awesome.
Superhero, dude. And then he just
he scoops her up, and then right as he punches the guy, the fucking machine gun starts going off and like sprays everybody. I'm like, yo, let's fucking go. Ardith just with that Thompson just spraying everybody. I'm like, dude, it's so the gun sounds so cool too. Oh my god, dude. He doesn't kill anybody, but it just looks awesome. He's just spraying and nobody's dying.
Spraying and praying. Yeah. Oh, so we get this beautiful just rescuing scene. It's like the slow motion when he's running through the fire, or maybe it wasn't slow motion, but
it wasn't slow motion. Yeah, because he's like he jumps, he's like through the flames. So cool. Yeah.
Gunfight ensues. Beautiful action score, by the way. We get like some great music here in this
whole scene. It's a masterpiece.
When the action is going on, like it just screams certain songs that just screams Mummy.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
like certain songs, like the Jurassic Park theme. Back to the Future. All
It's
that
because it
stuff.
sounds like an Indiana Jones kind of like
Mhm.
music. It's like the same kind of theme, but it's so good, dude.
It's a little
fantastic.
darker though than the
Yeah,
Indiana
yeah,
Jones
yeah.
theme. Yeah. But I love it. Emotep summons his minions. Those dudes with like that yell and then their mouth stretches open or whatever. I forget their names. He summons his minions again to hunt down the O'Connells as they escape. We get a dope chase scene, kind of like through the city of
Yeah, I liked
London.
it. CGI was rough, but I liked it.
It was a little rough. We've got his minions. They're like undead, like crawling on the walls while they're chasing the O'Connells in a double
Rick
decker
was
bus.
like, "Oh, I hate mummies," when they crush his car. It's like, oh, it's just good fun, you know. And then Ardith being like, "Are you glad to see me now?" And then Rick's like, "Just like old times, huh?"
We get the scene, the chase scene all the way through London that ends on the London Bridge. But we get Ardith. I put it right here. Ardith fights Lieutenant Dan.
Oh yeah, with no legs.
I don't know
Yeah.
how he's getting his ass kicked by this mummy that has no legs, like crawling around.
It's true. He was
This
like,
is
he was
some
on
7
monkey
Days
bars.
to Die
Yeah.
type. Like we're just, you know. It ends. We get a cool shot of like London Bridge.
That was a great shot where it like zooms out. You can see the whole bridge. Yeah, that was
Mhm.
really cool.
After freaking Rick and after they escape, Rick and
More kissing.
dude, more making out, and this time it leads to their son getting kidnapped
See
because
what
they're not
happens?
even paying
Yeah.
attention. I don't know how they didn't hear that car. I'm sure the cars back then sounded like
Yeah.
a truck coming through. So Alex gets abducted by Lochna, and now the hunt is on. Then we cut to Imhotep and friends are headed to Share.
Share.
Share. I
Share.
still can't say it.
That's all right.
But not before we get a disgusting makeout scene. What's up with making out?
Even when I was a kid, I was like, "Oh, this is disgusting." But now I'm like, "This is kind of hot." No. Making out with a mummy, kind of hot.
It's kind of hot. Huh? It's like making out with toilet paper. So Mila's making out with a dead dude, basically.
Yeah,
So a really dead dude, like beyond dead.
he's juicy. Yeah.
And now we're in Cairo in the next scene. Daytime, we're on a train with Imhotep, the curator, Mila, the Bloods.
Oh. Oops.
What happened?
My bad. I only exited out. I don't know. It's all right. It's all right. We'll keep going.
Okay, so we're in Cairo now on a train. We good?
Yep.
There we go. All right, so we're in Cairo now on a train with Imhotep, curator, Mila, the Bloods, and Alex. Alex meets Imhotep for the first time. He tells Alex, he being Imhotep, tells Alex that if he doesn't enter the temple at Amshir before the 7th day is up, then it'll suck the life out of the holder of the bracelet. So this is where those grave robber dudes, the ones that I
Right.
that we were talking about.
Yeah.
I put Imhotep sucks some grave robbers dry to regain his fleshy form. Those guys, they brought like I don't know if you remember that box that chest
from the first one.
movie
Yeah.
that had the little urns that had his that supposedly had his organs in them.
Right.
That was the box they brought. They opened it, and he sucked them dry, and now he's in his full fleshy form.
Did Alex already get introduced to like Anaxunamun yet? I think like,
This was
they brought
before-
him in.
Yeah, she brought him in.
Yeah, but
face.
just a quick side note here. That was another time as a kid when I knew for sure that I liked girls. When Anaxunamun was like whispering in his ear, she was like,
she
she was like, "I'm gonna put poisonous snakes in your bed while you're
Mhm.
sleeping," and then she like gives him a kiss on the cheek, and I'm like, I would very much like her to put poisonous snakes in my bed and kiss me on the cheek like that. I would love that, even as a kid.
and
Yeah.
suck the poison out.
Yeah, there you go. It's the only reason why.
Oh God. So we meet Oh god. So after that, Imhotep is like he's looking like his old self. Next scene we meet Izzy, the pilot. I don't know where they are. I didn't really get any information on where they
I think
were
they're
at this
somewhere in
point.
Egypt again, or
Yeah.
yeah, because it just looks like desert where they're
Yeah,
at.
more
So,
desert.
yeah,
We meet Izzy, the pilot. Is he missing an eye? Because he's got an eye patch on. Nope.
makes
He's
him
just
look
trying to
more
get
dashing.
sympathy points.
Yeah,
It's basically sympathy points. Girl walks up in the desert, apparently, and she's like, "Oh my god, you're missing an eye. Let's fuck."
yeah, makes him look more dashing.
Dashing. Uh, he's like,
This whole
"No, I'm
character
not
of
doing
Izzy,
it
I was just
again."
like, whatever.
Yeah, because the O'Connells want to enlist him for his help because he's, they can't fly a plane. After all the stuff they can do, they can't fly a plane themselves. And he's like, "No, I don't want to do it. Last time I got shot in the ass. I don't want to get shot in the ass again."
Shot in the ass.
And then he holds a scepter up, the scepter of Osiris, and he's like, "Oh, I'll do it for that. Oh, you'll do it for a scepter, huh? You'll do it for that. Okay, whatever." After he just said, like, "There's nothing I can do with this money," after he puts it in his pocket.
Yeah, he's like, what am I gonna do with this? And he just puts it away. So good.
So now they got a pilot. They don't realize what it is, but the Bloods knew it when they saw it back at the O'Connell's mansion. They had mentioned it before, that the Scepter of Osiris, they knew what it was. They reacted to it when Jonathan had it. But nobody else did, because nobody else knew what the fuck it was. But that'll come back later. Ardith, Evie, Rick, Jonathan, and Izzy take off in a giant, looks like a blimp with like a ship underneath it.
Yeah, it's just like a big old like hot air balloon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It looks kind of cool, I guess. Looks like something from like Treasure Island or
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is like Treasure Planet. Treasure Planet.
A
Yeah.
Treasure Planet.
Oh shit, it does look like that. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Yeah.
What the hell's Treasure Island?
Treasure Island's like the original movie, and the Treasure Planet's based on Treasure Island.
Oh,
it's a book too. Yeah.
Okay, that's right. All right, that's where it was. All right. So now we're back on the train, and we get full-fleshed Imhotep. Alex, we gotta see a dope like knife scene.
Yes.
With Alex just being just
see, this is the part actually
reasons why we hate this kid.
I hate him, but I think this scene was so good with Lokna, because Lokna is like, are we there yet? Are you there? And he's like, no. And he fucking stabs the table. Yeah.
Right between his fingers. He's like, whoa, that was bloody good. And,
what are you talking about? I missed.
Just,
and then after, when he's like tapping his fingers and he's
taps it again. Tap.
Lokna is so good in that scene. How angry
right
he gets.
He pulls his knife again. He's like, "Oh, I gotta take a shit." So then they escort, or Lokna escorts Alex to the shitter. To which, for some reason, this kid is like the Hulk. He just rips the shitter off the ground.
Yeah.
And it just flushes straight onto the tracks. And so
he just shit into the ground.
He pulls the thing like you do like in a bus to like, this is my stop.
To stop, yeah.
And the conductor
he stops it. Yeah.
He stops it. But they were already at Karnak, where the bracelet told him to go to, so I guess it doesn't matter. Anyways, he escapes through the bottom where he pulled the shitter out. He's running towards Karnak, and then we get like some part where Imhotep is doing like some what is that? He's doing some Jean Grey shit where he's like moving people and
he just like levitates them.
Yeah, throwing them, just showing off his powers pretty much. He's like, look what I can do. Train stops. Alex escapes. They're at Karnak, the place the bracelet showed to Alex when he first put it on. Then we're back on the blimp. And Evie has a vision.
Before that, though, when he's like looking at the bracelet, like projection again, I remember seeing Imhotep walking through that water, like into the vision thing, like in the trailer for the movie, and I was like, oh shit, this is dope as fuck. I remember being like, this is like a way more serious movie than the last one, and it's such a cool scene. He's walking on water. I was like, oh shit, that's dope.
I don't remember that. I do though. All right, yeah, I don't. Evie has a vision of her and Anak having a duel back in ancient Egypt. I don't know. She's awake and having this vision. I think
because Imhotep is doing the whole ritual thing to bring back Anak Sunamun's soul back. So
I know I'm getting to that, but I think the reasoning behind her having these is because she is a descendant of the pharaoh's daughter, Nefertiti, whatever.
It's Nefertiri, but yeah, there was a trivia about that. Like they didn't want to put Nefertiti as her name because people like us would say Nefertiti.
Too late, I already wrote it. And so I'm thinking, like, when all this was going down, and after the first movie, all the shit going down with them getting awakening stuff and this and that, and her being connected to the family, that she's having these visions. She's connected in a way now, and so she sees all this stuff that's going on because they're Anak and actually it's Mila still at this point. Mila and Imhotep are at Karnak reenacting the scene that got them killed.
Right. Yeah.
From the first movie. So we flash back to the first movie where we see we're in ancient Egypt, and we have this is very confusing right here. So we have
they keep going back and forth here.
And Anak.
They had that great fight scene between both of them.
Let me get this right. We got Evie playing Nefertiri, and we have Mila playing Anak. Anak is the guardian of who is she?
Anak Sunamun, she guards. She's like the head of like her of the pharaoh's like security or something. And then
that's what.
And then Nefertiri is the guardian of the bracelet of Anubis or some shit. Yeah,
it's who is also the pharaoh's daughter.
Yes, yeah, and the pharaoh's daughter. Yeah. But this the whole choreography of this and the camera work, it's all badass. I got a quick trivia fact here. So Rachel Weisz and Patricia Velasquez trained for 5 months for their fight scene. They did the fight without any stunt women. I was like, "Fuck, that's legit." Dope. Yeah, it was a good fight scene.
The running on the pillar and like the
backflip. That's what I'm saying. That shit was crazy, right? That's dope.
Damn, dude,
it's a great fight scene. Yeah,
that is a great fight scene. Yeah, because it's hot.
But I feel like
the fucking Pharaoh's like smiling.
Yeah, I know. And then fucking what's his name? Imhotep's like, "Oh fuck, I'm getting kind of turned on here. I gotta leave."
Sucked back then. They're probably wearing
just a little
down there. They're
just a little cloth.
There like this.
Just a little cloth blocking his cock.
Okay, so we get this fight scene, which is actually really dope. And we find out that Nefertiti is the daughter of Pharaoh. Then we get that whole scene again where we see Anak kissing Imhotep when they shouldn't be, because Anak is supposed to be the Pharaoh's future wife. So
this is a little side piece, a little sugar baby.
And so now we see it from Nefertiri's point of view, from the balcony across the way. She witnesses Imhotep and Anak assassinating or murdering her father, the pharaoh, and to which we see like her yelling down to the Magi at the bottom, "Magi, help your pharaoh," or something. He's in trouble or some shit like that.
Your pharaoh needs you.
Your pharaoh needs you. And realize that the Magi really were like, even back in the day, they were there to protect the pharaoh. They were there for protection. They were like the Secret Service of.
Dude, they are Secret Service. Yeah,
pretty much.
They fucked up though, like they did my boy Abraham Lincoln. They're just hanging out while he got fucking assassinated. See what happens. History repeats itself, huh?
JFK too.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh God.
What are they gonna do in that situation?
I know, you just
jump in front of the fucking.
They're like jogging next to it. Motorcade. Okay, so yeah, that was really confusing, but we got through it. All this is happening because Imhotep and Mila are reenacting this to bring back Anak into Mila's body. So Mila is the face, but now we need the personality.
Yeah.
they do this weird, like, she stabs herself and then she's just hanging there, like,
Yeah, just a reenactment of it. Yeah, and then he starts reading the book.
I could not stop laughing the first time I saw that.
Because she's just like this.
Yeah,
She's just sitting there like.
There's some great, like, unintentional comedic moments in this movie, and we'll get to that best one later.
I don't even know what you're talking about. So
oh god, you don't even know what I'm talking
yeah, I really don't.
Okay, so Anak is back in her fleshy mortal form now.
Hot form.
Yeah, flesh. Ardith says that it's no coincidence now that Rick is a Medjay descendant. Evie is a descendant of the Pharaoh's daughter, and their son Alex wields a bracelet of Anubis. This is
all
no coincidence.
This is all like crazy. I don't even know what he's saying. He's like, it's the 3 sides of the pyramid. I'm like, wait, don't pyramids have 4 sides?
They have a bottom, right? There's a base. Who's the base?
Jonathan's the base. He's like this.
So
I'm like this. I'm the bench.
Then we get we're back at Karnak. Rick, Ardith, and Evie, they just missed their son, who was just there before, and that's where they were doing the ritual and everything. But however, Alex has been leaving them sandcastle clues as to where they will be next. This kid can make sandcastle like the best sandcastle.
I know, with like little drops of water. He's like, don't you need that water, kid? You're gonna fucking die out there.
Yeah, dude. I know. In the last scene, he's had like super chapped lips, just like.
What if he's like been peeing on it, like on the sand, to make the sandcastle,
or just peeing in his mouth? So they unintentionally. Wait, no. Oh Jesus, skipping ahead. So this happens a few times, a few different spots, and they're following Imhotep and Alex around because Alex is leaving them breadcrumbs. Imhotep and Lochna catch on to what he's doing, and they basically spring a trap. They send a giant tsunami or wave of water, which was like, this part was like dope because he's standing in like this in this canyon,
dude,
waist deep in water.
Looks good too. I'm like, yo, he's like just wearing like a little cloth. I'm like, yo, that's fucking.
Said something like, I hope your parents had a good time.
Oh yeah, I hope they had a good vacation because they're about to get fucked.
So he just raises his water and he pushes it because they're on their way in with the blimp.
They're in the canyon, yeah.
They're in the canyon, and the water has like Imhotep's face on it, which is dope.
Yeah, this is way cooler than that sand scene that we saw in the last movie. Like the water is way cooler. Yeah.
So it's coming towards them, and so they put on the nitrous.
Yeah, they just all like, get out of here.
Well, while they're trying to escape, they unintentionally arrive at the Golden Pyramid in Amshir, the oasis from the beginning, but not before they get taken out by Imhotep eventually, and they crash. So now they're on foot. They leave Izzy behind to repair the damages by himself because apparently you can fix a downed aircraft.
I know. I was like, how the fuck is he gonna fix this? This shit's in 1,000 pieces.
Especially like what they're just about to go through at night.
Yeah, it's gonna be dark. How the hell is he gonna see anything?
Yeah.
Forget everything you know, Miles.
I mean, you guys know, I never talked about it in the beginning of the movie or throughout the movie, but Horus is basically the Hedwig for Ardith. It's his carrier pigeon, but he's a falcon, so he'd bring him notes to like his lieutenants or the other Medjay army that were waiting in the rear, just following them around, wherever they would go.
Ardith like, this is my best friend. I'm like, dude, you gotta get out more, man. A bird's your best friend, bro.
He said, what's that?
You need to go hit the hookah bar or something, bro. This is fucking fucked up. It's your best friend.
What's that hookah? Ardith. Oh, Ardith.
And they shoot, what's his name? Lochna shoots him down too, Ardith. Or not Ardith, Horus. I think we missed that part. And then Ardith was like, I gotta go back. What if the army of the dead rises? And then
he's like,
Rick's like, dude, I need you. And then Ardith's like, I'm a ride or die, all right? I'll fucking stick with you until we find your boy.
He said, you're the dragon of the West. I'm the dragon.
Ride or die.
He gets shot by Lochna, which is just very sad.
Yeah.
Just so sad. It's innocent bird. Now the Medjai army have no way of knowing where Ardith is. So then we cut to Rick and Evie, always making out. For whatever reason, they're on top of a rock making out. They're inside the castle making out. They're just everywhere making out. Imhotep, Anak, the curator, the Bloods, and Alex are on the way to the pyramid when they are met by these pygmies. I call them demon monkeys.
Yeah, these little fuckers. They were just a little strange to me, and the CGI was not good. And it's a little too silly for me too. These little guys. I feel like it's supposed to be a little more serious. I would have preferred like maybe like zombies or something. But yeah, these little guys. I
would have preferred no comedic part of this.
That's exactly what I'm saying too.
Where there's if they're small and they got little knives and they're jumping on people's heads as they're falling in quicksand. Yeah. That's funny, and that just that takes away from it.
It's supposed to be a serious moment, yeah, because this whole scene with the long grass, I do like though, like when they pull them like underneath the grass. That's kind of like in Jurassic Park, when Jurassic Park 2, when they're like, "Don't go into the long grass," and the fucking raptors are all around. Like, it would have been cool if it was like that, yeah. But they're just like little guys, you know. But I like I like the blow darts that they have. It's cool.
Oh, dude, they were snipers with those.
Yeah, there was like 80 of them in here. I was like, oh shit. Straight out of Jurassic Park though, when they're like getting pulled under the grass.
Yeah, and these are the Bloods that are getting attacked. So the bad guys are getting attacked, which is, you know, always a relief. So the Bloods are fighting the monkeys and the pygmies, and all while this is happening, Rick and Ardith save Alex.
I do like how Evie and Jonathan being like Overwatch snipers.
Yeah,
I think that was like such a great way for them to stay involved in this scene without actually being in danger. Because like, what the fuck else are they gonna do? You can't take care of all of them at one time. So
yeah, I put Evie and John providing cover fire was really dope.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that.
And even Jonathan did the wrap around the.
Oh yeah, with the strap.
That. Yeah, I just wanted to do. Oh, it was a great. So we get Ardith and Lochna fighting yet again. This is their final duel.
Oh right, yeah.
It's he's just like, come on, pull out that knife. Come on,
Steven Seagal, just come on.
Ardith wins.
Slices him up just like twice, like shoot.
And just like a little smile.
He just like gets the blood.
Smiles and then he falls over and dies. So rest in peace, Lochna. Not really. Ardith won. Oh god. Even John providing cover fire. Now it's a race against the clock to get Alex inside the pyramid before sunrise, otherwise he's dead. They get in just in the nick of time. The bracelet releases itself and Alex tosses it.
Well, I think you're missing a comedic moment here. Remember when Jonathan and that like the bad Indian dude, they go to
cut right here, right here.
They go right to
cut the fat off.
Well, that part I thought was funny though, because like they go to that like burial ground. They're like, Jonathan's like, that they can't come over here. There's like those ancient stones. And then the guy's like, are you sure? And he's like, of course I'm sure. All right, don't you fucking question me ever again. And then one of them, like one of the little pygmies, comes over and stabs him right in the chest. I'm like, that's a brutal way to die. And then Jonathan's like, oh, sorry, that's my mistake.
The guy. Oh yeah, and he does a little look back, like,
yeah, he's like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, it's like the fuck. He's like, oops, sorry.
Is it just me or does Jonathan always seem like he's drunk?
He does look like a drunk, right? His face looks like he's drunk all the time. Yeah. He's got like that puffy, like alcoholic face. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. That wasn't a term back in 1933 though, apparently. So
it's just normal. Yeah, that's everyday
life.
He's
just having a good time.
You can't drink the water. What else are you gonna drink? Come on.
True fermented water. You know it's safe. It always goes down smooth. So yeah, it's a race against the clock. We get that. The bracelet releases itself. Alex tosses it. Then Anak and Imhotep show up. Evie gets stabbed by Anak and eventually dies. Boo-hoo, sad.
I do love like the quick turn of emotions from everything. Like everything's all good with Alex and Evie or Alex and Brendan Fraser, and they're like, it's over. Yeah, and then right at that moment, fucking Anox in the moon stabs her. I'm like, oh shit!
It just comes out of nowhere because Jonathan and Evie are just standing there.
Yeah,
and you just see it walk by. Like, what the fuck?
That was pretty dope. Yeah, it's such a quick turn of emotions, and I love that.
Because you realize, like, I forgot to put this in there, that Imhotep, he's immune to those pygmies.
Oh yeah, I like the way he does that. He's just like,
Yeah, he
no,
puts it on. He says,
not today. Come on.
Nah. You see who I'm with? I got a date. All
You
right.
see this?
No, this ain't happening right now. So it's a race against the clock. Evie gets stabbed by a knock. Evie dies. The end. Just kidding. The curator finds a bracelet. Imhotep and a knock enter the pyramid to awaken and fight the Scorpion King. Because once like I said, once you defeat the Scorpion King, you gain control of his army.
Yeah.
And now you can do basically whatever you want. Anubis takes away Imhotep's powers as they enter the pyramid.
I love that part. I totally forgot about that.
Immortal.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. I thought that was a great way to even out this final encounter, this whole fight at the end. I thought it was great.
Totally, because like he was just OP with his, with the giant waves and being able to like levitate. What is that called? It's like what does Jean Grey have? She's got
fucking telepathic powers.
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis, yeah. Telepathy.
Telepathy.
I think it's telepathy. Telekinesis. I think they're both the same shit. Doesn't matter.
Anyways, yeah, because that's too OP. He just pick up the Scorpion King and just like crush him.
Yeah, I like the line after too. He's like, the Lord Anubis wants me to fight as immortal. I'm like, oh fuck, that's fucking dope.
Oh shit.
Even out the playing field.
Like Anubis just like standing out there.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh. And Anubis takes away his powers. The curator puts on the bracelet and sticks his arm into a giant scorpion for some reason, because that's a good idea. And some crazy cool color shift happens because it was dark, but now it's light inside the temple. In doing so, he has summoned the army of Anubis. And at this point, so we lost track of Ardith after he killed.
Yeah, Ardith is
Lochna.
just useless after this. Honestly, he's just fucking just fighting this stupid army.
But then he shows up with so he must have left, and he shows up with the Medjai army. There's a lot of them, but it's not enough.
It's all useless. Yeah, worst part about this movie again is this whole Medjai army versus Anubis army. It's all just fat. Trim the fat.
Yeah, they just keep cutting back and forth, so I threw it in here too. Still, Imhotep and Anak enter the pyramid to fight the Scorpion King. Oh wait, I'm going backwards. He has summoned the army of Anubis. The Medjai army have arrived with Ardith. Now we have Alex and John. They're talking. Jonathan says something. Alex gets the idea. He was like, "Oh shit, I can bring my mom back." So they bring Evie's body into the pyramid because as long as they can get the Book of the Dead, they can bring her back. They bait Anak so that Alex can acquire the book. But before they bring him back, Rick and Imhotep fight. There's a lot of fighting going on right here, okay? At the same time, we have Rick and Imhotep fighting. We have Jonathan and Anak fighting. Because that's fair. Ardith and the Medjai are fighting the undead army of Anubis. So everybody's fighting at this point. This is like
before the fight with Rick and Imhotep, where they got Rick like walking through the hallway with his weapon, and he's just walking, and you could see like the fire in the background, and his face is getting lit up, and you can hear the gong being rung by Imhotep. I'm like, it's another let's fucking go moment, man. I'm in. I'm getting ready for this fight here.
And you start putting that in here. Hashtag LFGs.
LFGs.
So they bait Anak. Alex reads some shit from the Book of the Dead, and like this is a little callback to the first movie where Alex, he can't read one of the words. It's like a bird.
It's like a stork. A stork.
And
I know that one.
I know that one. Because he had to ask his sister.
Yeah, I like that one.
Evie, for help to read that one symbol. Okay, so that was really cool. I like that part. Anubis. Alex reads some shit from the book, and eventually, and now he brings back.
Oh Jesus.
Are you
okay?
Yeah, I just spilled.
Uh oh.
But anyways, It's okay. We're almost done here. Scorpion King makes his appearance in probably the worst CGI I have ever seen in
Yeah,
a post 2000
yeah,
movie.
it's one of the worst CGIs ever. But before we get into that, the Emotep fighting scene with Emotep and Rick, I like how Emotep has his own like ancient fighting style where he's like kind of like a ancient Chinese style, but it's like his own like ancient Egyptian fighting style. And then we get a lot of slow motion in this fight too. And you know what a slow-mo slut I am, Miles. I love the slow-mo. any fighting scene with slow-mo and fire, I'm fucking in, dude.
I love slow mo. The slow mo, it's great way to emphasize like what's going on here. Like take your time on these fights, and I mean they didn't slow mo any of the undead and Medjay fight.
I mean, there was one
scenes,
cool
but
scene during that Medjay versus Anubis's army scene where Ardith, like, he's on horseback and he throws his sword at a monster and it cuts off his head. I'm like, okay, that's like the only cool scene. Everything else was fucking garbage about that. But also Rick and Emotep using like the ancient weapons too that they find is fucking dope. And then yeah, we get Evie coming back to life, having a round 2 with a Nox and a Moon was pretty cool. And both of them looking just hot as hell too, and wearing all black. And then when the Scorpion King does wake up too, Rick and Emotep are kind of like locked up with their weapons, and right when he comes out, they both look at him like, "Oh shit, like we're fucked." we're nothing compared to that guy. But yeah, it's one of the worst CGI scenes I've ever seen. I still like the concept of the Scorpion King. I like, you know, how it's like kind of like a monster thing, but I just wish it was more man than scorpion. Like if it was like a man kind of thing with a scorpion like tail or something, that would have been cool. But it's just too much scorpion for me.
Yeah, it was just they just tried to do too much. I feel like them making him massive like that, just they just sacrificed so much.
Yeah.
You know, they could have left his top half just the way it was, and they could have just made his bottom half almost like a centaur, except the bottom half was like was a smaller scorpion, just the tail.
Or could have just been like human legs with the tail and then like the claws of a scorpion or something like that. Yeah, that would have been cool.
It would have looked like him from fucking from Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah. What a fucking freak of nature that thing was.
Hey, careful, it's 2020. It's probably so yeah, you're right. I didn't really expand on those fights. There's a lot of shit going on.
Oh, I love the fights. I love me the fight scenes, but I can expand on it. There's a part where the Scorpion King is going after Emotep, and Emotep's like, "I'm no fucking match for this," and he throws his weapons away, and he says, "Away, set the way, away, set the way," which means I'm your servant. And then the Scorpion King's like, "All right, we'll see about that," and he says, that guy's after you though." And then I like how like Rick's like looking at both of them. He's like, "Oh shit, they're both after me now," and he just runs away.
Yeah, what was that? Was this after or before when the curator walks in holding his hand? He's like,
"Oh, that was like, yeah, that was at the same time when Rick's running away. The curator just walks in like a fucking child, and the Scorpion King's like, "Bitch,
mommy."
He says, "Bitch," and he grabs him. And then the curator like talks to Emotep. He's like, "I need you to save me." And then Emotep's like, "Why? Like, who the fuck are you? I don't care."
Nah, and then the Scorpion King rips him into like 5 pieces. Yeah. That was pretty brutal. That was cool. The Rock, I just started putting The Rock. The Rock goes after O'Connell, and he finally realizes that O'Connell finally realizes after looking at some pictures on the wall or hieroglyphics that he is descendant of the ones destined to kill the Scorpion King with the spear of Osiris.
Dude, Rick finding the paintings with the same exact tattoo is just a little way too convenient.
He's kind of, now I'm starting to believe.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like lazy storytelling here. I mean, the paintings are exactly what he needs to do, and it's cheesy, but I'm all about it. You know, I'm here for it. I always love that shit, especially finding out that the little useless gold stick we've been carrying around all movie is actually the spear of Osiris. That's pretty dope, though. I like that.
Yeah. the spear of Osiris that actually the telescopes out
Oh
because
yeah,
it's like
I
a
like the
little
way it
like it's just a
opens.
little like scepter, like
Looks
I
like a
don't know,
little
maybe like
trophy.
2 feet
Yeah.
big, yeah, and then it extends out into like a giant scepter.
Rick's like, it's a spear to Jonathan. Jonathan's like, doesn't look like a spear, dog. What the fuck? It's like you gotta twist it.
Finally realizes he descended. Ardith and the Magi win the fight, but realize they're probably gonna lose this war. Yada yada yada. It doesn't matter. They're an undead army. You cannot defeat Anubis's army. What were you thinking? There's like 10 of them left,
Yeah.
and there's more on the horizon. Like just seppuku right now on the battlefield.
And that battle's bullshit because he like slices one of the army, like the dog thing's like weapon, and it just like, disintegrates into sand. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this? This isn't a fair fight. They don't even have real weapons.
I know. How is it gonna hurt? You get sand in your eye?
Yeah.
Jeez. Ardith and the Magi win the fight. Oh no. O'Connell kills the Scorpion King.
Before that though,
yeah.
I mean, we could dive more into that, but yeah, Jonathan, where he like finally figures out it's a spear, he tries to throw it at the Scorpion King, and then the fucking Emotep catches it midair. And I'm like, yo,
just like some
yeah,
like,
and he starts to like twirl it. I'm like, yo, let's fucking go. And then Emotep throwing the spear in slow motion through fucking fire, and then Rick catching it at the last minute. I'm like, dude, fucking such a cool
as
shot.
Rick's falling back, he stabs the Scorpion King to keep his balance up.
What's up with these physics here? I don't understand that, but it's all good.
Yeah, because if it's like, unless it was curved or something, he wouldn't. And I was just like, no.
I liked it a lot, man. I liked all that, but of course, the Scorpion King. It's a little hard to overlook how bad the CG was. Yeah.
This was not. I know this was not a scripted comedic scene, but this Oscar-worthy performance from Arnold Vosloo. Probably the greatest reaction gif of all time.
That part.
He just as Rick is stabbing him and is still, he just runs up.
No. I mean, what are you gonna do? He's already fucking dead. There's nothing else you could do, man.
It's the best. It's the best unintentional funny scene.
He just comes out of nowhere. It's like fuck.
Yeah, because they're just standing there,
yeah.
mid spear into Scorpion King's chest, and he just kneels down and just. Oh.
It's over. I mean, what are you gonna do? Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I loved it. I love that part. I don't know. I was laughing. Nobody else was. It's okay. Anyways, O'Connell kills Scorpion King. Anubis's army is finally defeated, so no more undead. But where's Anubis? Can he just come back?
I think Anubis is just like a god, right? He's probably just upstairs, just hanging out. Yeah.
It's just beneath me, bro. Literally. Evie. So we got a scene where, as the pyramid is crumbling, we get after the Scorpion King dies, obviously. So, because of course, the pyramid is crumbling.
Everything always has to fall apart, huh?
Yeah. So we have Rick and Emotep hanging from the ledge. They're both hanging from the same ledge, looking out, and you see Evie and Anak both standing there, and they're both calling out to their respective ladies. And like,
actually, Rick's like, get
Rick
the fuck out of here. Yeah,
that's what I was saying. Rick is telling Evie, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing, that G.I. Joe? And
G.I. Joe.
So she's like, fuck that, I'm coming. So she proceeds to save Rick. She saves Rick. And then Imhotep's like, oh, Anak's gonna do the same, huh?
Oh,
Anak.
heartbreaking, man.
Dude, I know. When Lex was watching it, she was like, oh, so sad.
Is his face? He's like, Anak's gonna win.
And then he's like, he's got like tears in his eyes.
Dude.
And he looks over and he sees that Evie and Rick are like embracing each other. And he's just
what a fucking dude. Emotep realizing his girl is not as ride or die like Evie is, and just killing himself is the most relatable shit I've ever seen. It honestly. if I was Emotep and my girl didn't, I just brought my brought her back from the dead, and she was like, nah, I'm not with that, and just runs away.
No, baby.
I was like, dude, I would have killed myself too. I'm like, His face was like, it is what it is, man. I'm just gonna fucking just let go. Yeah.
He said, "I've already died like 10 times already. So what's one more?"
What's the point of living if you don't got your girl? So it's over.
That's true. Damn. So he just lost the will to live, and he just dropped.
Yeah.
Anak, it's all for naught because Anak gets freaking got by some.
That's what you get.
Scarabs, bro. She falls into a whole freaking thing of scarabs.
That's what happens when you're not a ride or die. Fucking karma's a chameleon, man. You come and go. You come and go.
Meanwhile, the entire oasis is being sucked back into the pyramid like it's getting imploded. It's gonna implode at some point. Because the Scorpion King's dead, and it was there because of him. The O'Connells and Jonathan climb to the top of the pyramid, and they're saved by Izzy. Thank God.
He put that shit together real quick.
Yeah.
It was like less than a day.
Yeah, really less than a day, because that next morning, when the sun was coming up, that's when they were...
Where do you even get the air to, like, pump that shit? Get everything.
He even said it earlier. He was like,
yeah.
This is gasoline. Where am I going to find gasoline? In a bloody forest. Something like that.
Great impression, yeah.
You
nailed it. You nailed it.
I don't know what to call it. They sail, drift, float off into the sunset, and that's it.
That's pretty much it, yeah. That's the end of that.
God, that was tough, dude.
It's all right.
It was more confusing than Oceans.
The more you do it, the better you get, you know what I'm saying? Repetition, practice. I'll go first for final thoughts about this movie, since you've been doing all the talking anyways. But I have to say, after all these years, my life has been a lie, Miles. I always thought the second was superior, but after this, I still think the first is better. Yeah, the second one definitely has the best action scenes out of the two, and I think overall it's more exciting of a movie. But there's just way too much silliness for my taste, like we were talking about with the little pygmies. All that shit. I mean, if there was a different kind of character other than the pygmies, that would have been better. Izzy, another part that's just too silly for me that I thought should have been more serious. But the terrible CGI is just so hard to overlook too. This whole back half of the movie, the whole like third act is just terrible CGI. I do think the first one is better story wise though. Like it was more scary. And it's able to withstand the test of time too, with how little CGI they use, and whatever CGI they used was good. You know, even though it was 1999 or whatever, it still looked good. You know, it's like Jurassic Park. You know how like the first one still looks better than all these other fucking Jurassic Park movies because they use the CGI sparingly, and you know when they did use it, they used it like in the dark where it's not, you know, it's not so noticeable.
Yeah, where it's raining, it's like, yeah, it really went well with the whole
that's,
tone of the movie. It's like, it's like a mysterious kind of like enemy that you don't know. Like some of those movies that you never, or maybe the screen time for the monster is very little.
Yeah,
those are sometimes the best.
That's why it's scarier. Yeah, because it's a mystery. But with that being said, I still love this movie, of course, and I'll always stop whatever I'm doing just to watch this movie whenever it's on. It's just it's a fun thrill ride, and Brendan Fraser as Rick O'Connell, in my book, will forever be one of the best characters of all time, one of my favorite characters of all time. I think he's still a better character than Indiana Jones. He's my favorite compared to Indiana Jones, anyways. But yeah, I mean, sad.
He's a warrior of blood. Come on.
I know, right? God, that makes him even cooler. He's got the tattoo, and it's like, oh, you're a fucking descendant of the Magi, dude. You're a white guy. Who cares? I don't care. You're still a descendant. But yeah, I thought I'm sad that we're coming to an end of this Mummy series. This is such a good series. I thought we had a lot of fun doing this. But what about your final thoughts of The Mummy Returns?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. It was the same as my initial reaction. It's the same because of the way I've seen, or the way these movies go. I mean, it's okay. Because we're going off of reactions after we've seen it again. Like, initial reactions after first seeing it. I mean, I don't remember when I first saw it. I don't know what I was doing. I know I didn't see it in theaters. I know I would have been too scared. You know, I know that whole grass scene, or the whole scene at the Oasis with the little pygmies, that scared me.
Yeah. I mean, because they have like that jump shot or that jump scare part where it just like comes to life. Yeah, that part always used to scare me too.
Yeah, that was just, I try to anticipate that stuff. And then I don't know what it was. Like the Scorpion King, it really freaked me out with all the legs and shit, I don't know. But
you can see all the veins and stuff too. It's disgusting.
God, yeah, the production value as far as like the fight sequences, the action,
the
swords, the props, it went up, like for sure. You could tell, but some of it lacked. The CG lacked a little bit. You think like, where did that money go?
It lacked a lot of it.
What happened to the first one? Keep it dark, keep it dreary, get rid of the kid, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, I mean, our stance by now, or my stance. This is not as good as the first one, and it never will be, unless we find out something about. No, it never will be. It's never going to live up. The third one, which we are not going to cover.
No, terrible. Yeah, not good. I just saw that probably
within the last year.
Yeah, should have just left it at 2. Let's do rankings here. I was actually thinking we could just rank all the monster movies that we're going to be doing so far, but yeah, I think this is an easy call. Definitely 1 above 2. I mean, that's a no-brainer, of course.
Yeah, 1 and 2 goes 1 and 2 in my book.
Yeah, so we're gonna be ranking all the monster movies this month and the month of November as well. But I guess that's it for this episode. Miles, why don't you go and tell them where they can find our podcast one last time? We're out of here for today.
SortaInteresting.com is you find this podcast and the ones of past. Next week we got
Ocean's 13.
Last week we had Ocean's 12. Go check that out on the site. Next week we have Ocean's 13, so stay tuned for that one. You can find us on Spotify, Google Play Store, iOS podcast app, anywhere that podcasts are available. Swap SoundClouds. What's good? No, we if you donate to our Patreon, we can drop our mixtape finally.
$1 a month. People, that's all it takes. Okay.
We can drop our mixtape, we can get our calendar shoot going. We can get all this. We can donate back into the community content. Not money.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, what are you talking about? I'm not gonna give the money back. What are you saying? Content wise, yes, we could have more content. We could come out with a podcast that's not just about movies. Would be pretty cool. Maybe even start back up that sports podcast. That would be cool. But yeah, next week be coming back with Ocean's 13. Very excited about that. I'll be doing the rundown for that one. Running out the Ocean series with probably the best one out of the 3. We'll see next week. But I guess that's it.
Not a hot take.
Yeah, that's not a hot take. Yeah, we've established that a long time ago, you and I. So, but I guess that's it. Everybody have an interesting day.